Jesus' heart from Gethsemane to glory. My beloved ones, it is I, Jesus, your friend, your brother, your Savior. Come close and let me speak to you from the inside of my own heart, the place where no one else has ever fully seen. You have heard the story told by others. Now hear it from the one who lived every tear, every breath, and every silent cry. I will not hide the fear. I will not soften the sorrow. I will show you the love that carried me all the way from the olive trees to the moment my feet left the earth and I rose into the arms of my Father. It was night in the garden. The air smelled of crushed olives and coming rain. My disciples slept a few steps away, exhausted from sorrow they did not yet understand. I knelt alone. The weight of every sin you would ever commit, every lie, every wound you would give or receive, every dark thought, every moment you would feel unloved, pressed down on me until I could hardly breathe. I saw them all. I felt them all, not as a distant God, but as a man whose heart was breaking open. Sweat became blood and dripped onto the ground. Abba, I whispered, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. My voice shook. The human part of me, the part that had laughed with children, that had wept at Lazarus' tomb, that had grown tired and hungry, like any of you, wanted to run. But deeper than fear was love. Love for you. Love for the Father. So I said the words that cost me everything. Yet not my will, but yours be done. In that moment, I chose you again. I chose the nails. I chose the darkness. Because you were worth it. Then Judas kissed me, cold on my cheek. My heart ached for him more than I could say. I knew he would never let me forgive him. Peter drew his sword. I healed the ear he had cut off, even as I was being bound. I looked at Peter and saw the 3 denials already forming in his eyes. I saw the tears he would cry later, and I saw the man he would become. All of it passed between us in one glance. Put your sword away, I told him gently. Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me? I went willingly. No one took my life. I laid it down. The trials blurred together. False witnesses, spitting, slaps, the high priest tearing his robe, Pilate's questions, Herod's mocking. I stood silent through most of it, not because I had no words, but because every word I spoke would have been for their healing, and their hearts were not ready. Inside, I was praying for them. Father, they do not know what they are doing. Even while they beat me, I loved them. The soldiers twisted the crown of thorns onto my head, and blood ran into my eyes. Each thorn was a reminder of the curse I was taking onto myself. I felt the weight of every garden that had ever been lost, Eden, and every human heart that had chosen thorns over grace. They laid the cross on my shoulders. The wood was rough, heavier than any timber I had ever carried as a carpenter's son. Every step up the hill was a conversation with the Father. This is for her, I would think when I saw a woman weeping in the crowd. This is for him when a man looked away in shame. I saw my mother, her eyes, those eyes that had first looked at me in the stable, were drowning in sorrow, and I could not hold her. I could only look at John and say, behold your mother. In that moment, I gave her a son, and I gave John a mother, because even while dying, I was still making families. They nailed me, and my pain was white fire. But worse than the nails was the moment the sky turned black and the Father turned his face away. My God, Why have you forsaken me? I cried the words of the psalm because I was living them. For the first time in all eternity, I was alone. The separation was deeper than any human loneliness you will ever feel. I was carrying the wrath you deserved, so you would never have to. And still, even then, I loved you. I thirst, I said, not just for water, but for you, for the moment when every thirsty soul would come to me and drink. Then the last words, it is finished. The debt was paid. The veil was torn. The enemy was defeated. I gave up my spirit with a shout of triumph that no one on earth understood yet. Darkness, silence, the tomb. My body lay cold. My spirit was alive and working. I descended into the depths and took the keys of death and hell from the one who had held them. I saw every soul who had waited for me. Abraham, Moses, and David. I embraced them. It is time, I told them. Then on the third day, the Father breathed life back into my body. The stone rolled away not by human hands, but by the same power that spoke the stars into place. I rose, not as a ghost, not as a memory, as the living, breathing, scarred Son of Man and Son of God. The first face I saw was Mary Magdalene's, tear-stained, devoted, the one who had loved me with everything she had. I said her name, Mary. The joy in her eyes was worth every drop of blood. I told her not to cling because I had more brothers and sisters to meet. Then I went to Peter, alone. I found him in his shame and wrapped him in forgiveness before he could even ask. I let Thomas touch my wounds because I knew his honest doubt would one day help millions believe. I walked the road to Emmaus and let two broken disciples explain the scriptures to me, just so I could open their eyes and watch their hearts burn. I cooked fish on the shore for my tired friends because I wanted them to know I was still the same Jesus who cared about their empty nets and their empty stomachs. Every appearance was a love letter. I was showing them and showing you that death had not changed my heart. I still laughed, I still touched, and I still called them by name. But I was also preparing them. The time was coming when I would no longer walk beside them in the flesh. I had to go so the Spirit could come and live inside them, and inside you. Then the last day came, the Mount of Olives. Olive trees again, like the garden where it all began. We stood together. I looked at each face. Peter the rock, John the beloved, the woman who had followed me, the ones who had doubted, and the ones who had stayed. I saw their future, prisons, shipwrecks, lions, crosses of their own. I saw the church that would be born. I saw you hearing these words right now, carrying your own hidden pain. My heart swelled with love so fierce, it felt like fire, and I lifted my hands. You are my witnesses, I said. I am with you always. I began to rise. My feet left the ground. The clouds opened, and I was going home. But even as I ascended, I was not leaving you. I was stepping into the place where I could hold the whole world closer than ever. From the throne now I look at you. The scars on my hands are still there. Beautiful to me because they carry your name. I feel every tear you cry. I celebrate every small victory you win. And I am not distant. I am closer than your breath. The same heart that sweated blood in the garden still beats with love for you. The same voice that cried, "It is finished," now whispers, "It is beginning." Your new life, your healing, and your story. I did not go through the garden, the cross, the tomb, and the ascension so you would live in fear or shame. I did it so you would live in me, free, loved, and never alone. When your own garden comes, remember mine. When your cross feels too heavy, remember I carried yours first. When the stone in your life seems sealed forever, remember the morning I walked out of the tomb. I am alive. I am with you. and I am coming back. And until that day, my heart is yours, always. Love, Jesus.